Okay, we're gonna go ahead and get started. This is our regular work session. So I'll call the meeting to order. We're just gonna go over our normal routine things for our meeting on Thursday night at Job Corps at 5:30. So we'll start with the minutes from the prior board meetings. And if there's anything that anyone sees, we'll have to amend those on Thursday. And the next thing is the financial report, treasurer's report for Ed.
Treasurer's report, there's nothing really significant this May.
What was our dollar amount this year from TVA in lieu of taxes? What was that this year?
I'll have to get back to you. I think it's like 6.6 or
6.6 something.
Yeah, I'll have to get back with you on the exact number.
Is there any questions on the treasurer's report that anyone sees? If not, we can move on to the payment of bills.
Really, the largest item of significance is the workman's comp payment that has been paid. That's for KEMI. It's $393,629. And that's a prepaid expense for the next fiscal year.
Is there anything else that needs to be discussed on the payment of bills and salaries? And our next one, the school meals, school financials.
Yeah, nothing significant noted there.
Move on down to the superintendent report.
Thank you, Chairman Rager. No, I'll supposed to speak there, but I will say thank you for your diligence, and I know Susan, you had to miss. Totally understand listening to the me part of the capstone that I have to do, but I appreciate y'all's indulgence with that.
Was that recorded? I tried to pull it up. I didn't see it.
It is.
Okay.
I'll check
keep
on that,
looking.
and I also have a copy, if you remind, of what I handed out, you know,
Okay.
with some of the stuff that I went through. I'll be glad to give that to you
Okay,
afterwards.
thank you.
Okay, personnel actions. Any questions on that? We had a lot. 3 pages.
Busy month.
Okay. And then we'll move on down to the attendance and enrollment report.
I'm filling in for Mr. Freeman on that, so if there are questions that you have, please let me know, and then I'll get with him this week, so I'll have them prepared for you on Thursday.
So he won't be here free Thursday either.
No, ma'am.
All right, we're gonna go on down to our board action items. The first one is to consider a partnership with Western Kentucky University. I hate this every year, having to say all this. Confucius Institute for the Chinese teacher at Central City Elementary School for next year. I think is this the routine same that we always? Yes. Okay. My son had Chinese this year and loved it. And my best friend's stepson actually just went off to Ole Miss. He just graduated and that's what he's studying. So his parents didn't even know that he was really that interested. And they had no Chinese teacher in Livingston County, so.
My kids are learning too. They're talking with them themselves. Think of words. Shoo shoo. What's a shoo shoo? Thank you. Shoo shoo.
I don't know. I can say hello.
She hasn't took the class yet.
I haven't taken the classes. I could say the colors, but
Really? Yeah, they said colors and the numbers too.
this is Christmas.
Okay. Any questions on that?
For us, it'll be another classified position.
Okay.
And we think that the same person.
Okay. Okay, thank you. Consider School Smiles for on-site dental services for K through 12 students. This is another one of those that we do every year. Oh, never mind. And this is just to provide the dental services to the students each year that we approve annually for on-site dental services. Next one on the list is consider a memorandum of agreement with Quality Care for Kids LLC for the 18-19 year.
As you know, last year was the first year we had that particular program, Quality Care for Kids. But Kim Allen was here, not she? Can I tell you how it went at South Elementary? If you want to hear about that. That was our first year.
We had a really good experience. There were 2 students who needed glasses. Their parents had no idea they needed glasses. Quality Care provided those for them at no charge. They don't bill their insurance or Medicare or anything like that. We actually got a medical report on every student that we were able to send home to parents so that they could see that it was a valid medical exam. They also referred to local providers, so if there was anything needed, then like with Karen, if there was anything needed, they would refer to a local ENT or pathologist. That we served, I didn't know they were going to talk about this tonight, we served over 200 kids at South Carolina.
Last year? In 1 year?
Yes, that was in one day. They did it all in one day. They bring quite a few people with them and they move really quick. We send them the forms that parents fill out. And so they do all of the work on getting everything set up with insurance, if there is an insurance issue. And we had the list ready that morning and I had volunteers that kept them going to the rooms where they were getting checked. I think everybody, all of the family resource centers seem to have a good experience with it.
Their only stipulation is that you have to have 100 students that will be examined that day. If you have less than 100, they'll come to your school. So that's kind of how that works.
Very professional. They were very professional.
I'd say most schools would have at least that. I mean, a lot of parents that don't have the means to get their
Yeah, they
children.
went to every elementary different. Middle and high school, for School Smiles, it's the same thing. Have to be all of those programs. It drops off a little bit when they get to middle school and then more when it gets to high school. So a lot of times, parents just don't fill those papers out to have those kids seen. It's unfortunate for the parents who do fill them out and there's not enough students there, but know School Smiles makes accommodations for that, and I'm sure Quality Care would as well. If there are students that need to be seen, for instance, at North Middle, they can just go over to Longest and be seen.
Your kiddos take advantage to Miss Hicks,
I'm sorry.
Miss Hicks, with the same program?
Yes, we had a good experience. They brought in 12 people. They saw everybody, was in and out. The only issue we ran into was that they were at our school in the morning, so our afternoon Head Start students were not seen because they were finished by the time before they arrived.
Got it.
And I'm sure, I think it had to be Greenville vice versa. And that they,
Same.
Scheduling problem.
yes. So if we had known that in advance,
You could-
that'd be something we could work on.
Having
this
those
coming
kids.
year Is perhaps the parents can bring their children in, so that they can be seen as well.
And that was just a part of it being a new program, and that's not being aware of
I
how.
like to see all the schools
Yeah,
taking
it's like
advantage
when
of
School
it.
Smiles comes, they're at my school all day until they're finished, you know, during the time, they come in about 7:20 in the morning and they don't leave until they're finished. So we all assumed it would be kind of the same way with Quality Cares, and what happens is they bring in so many people that they get those kids seen really quickly. So at South Elementary, there were 3 or 4 students in the afternoon Head Start class that did not get to be seen. And as Ms. Hicks said, we can just make arrangements if they'll let us know that, and get those kids there in the morning.
Okay, we'll move down to the awarding the bid for the CDL physicals. And we only got one, so. Should we rebid it since there's only one? We usually have, or we have in the past had 3, I think. Is that the only one turned in, I
What's the
guess?
price difference?
It was advertised as one, and we had one turn
Just
in.
one.
There was not any late or anything either, 2:30, that was the only one turn in.
So since there was only one, I mean, I don't know if we should rebid it or what. Just want dialogue here. I mean, typically we do have several.
Yeah.
So
No,
when
we've
you
got
only
three
have
of them.
one, are you know,
From the last time,
missing an
Rick,
opportunity to save or?
do you remember what the difference was on roughly on the price? from
Really,
what
they were the same amount when they did bid, when we received 2 last year. One was from, I believe, One Health and the other one was from
Yeah.
Baptist. So,
I think now that it's down to $2 mostly in the county, that I think they were pretty consistent last year. The year before, I
So it's
think.
not significant difference.
Obviously, it's not ideal if you just get one bid. You'd like to have
I mean, if you have several
3.
bids, it might, you know, might be a difference, but I'm just saying,
Who
you
else
know, typically we
provides
have
the
more than
service?
one.
And really, since they both were the same last year, I know that the bus garage, you know, if one had a backlog, they would send them to the other for certain things, and then, you know,
I think
that way
that's
they
when
could.
they were the same last year, we just told them they could go to wherever.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Which really worked to the advantage of the district.
Are we expecting a backlog this year? I mean, with only one bid, we won't have that advantage.
Who else have the providers from the company?
I think Owensboro Baptist were the 2 last year. And then the year before that was, I think Dr. Crummy, but then now he's One Health, so. We only have 2. So.
Would you like to send them a letter maybe, ask for help just to get it?
We can do that, I need to check on the time frame of getting these done.
Sure.
I'll check with him to see what the time frame is, if that's possible, like,
If nothing else, ask them what kind of rate they charge. You know, if it's the same, then, you know, go with somebody who.
they pretty much though, they're pretty much standard though, I mean, they kind of all talk to each other, and I'm assuming, they came in the same last year.
Can't be more than $2 difference.
Yeah, but I'll do whatever you all wish.
It's not a big
It
amount.
just sounds like last year, which I didn't realize, if they were the same, we allowed the person to choose where they went and had the physical, is that right? With the backlog?
No, I believe
How
They
did that
didn't
work?
necessarily choose, it was just which one they could get in quicker. So if they could get in quicker to Baptist, I think they sent them there. If they could get them in quicker at One Health, I think they sent them over there. And you're bidding professional services, so it's really not a bid process doesn't necessarily has to occur in that respect because it's professional services.
So I guess the key is, do they need these before the next board meeting?
And
As
I'll
far as
check with Steve
rebidding.
to see how long it takes.
So you can have an answer before Thursday and we can amend if needed? If they wanted to, if the board wanted to.
People have to have both. Everybody gotta have both. They all have to have both. That's the problem.
Yeah, the fifth, yeah, they have to do this too.
For all the bus drivers.
Okay. All right, we're gonna move down to the consider first reading of KSBA Board Policy Update number 44.
Do that every year, that's just, they send out any legislative updates, whether they're mandated for legal reasons or they're recommended from KSBA, and those are reflected in your package. The policy takes 2 readings, so this will be the first reading on that policy.
Is it 41 or 44? One thing says 41, one says 44.
It should say, I think it's 40. Got messed up.
41 in our packets.
I may have actually typed it wrong, maybe 44.
Okay, so I was just
I'll
making
get
sure.
that fixed for you.
That's fine. Okay.
So 2 regular scheduled meeting readings, is this right?
I'm sorry.
2 regular scheduled meeting
Well, it'd be a
readings?
special call, but it's 2 weeks.
When do they have to be updated by?
April, it is, I need to go home. August 15th.
Thank you.
Okay, and the same for the next. It's a review of KSBA Board Procedure Update number 22.
That being a procedure, it takes 1 reading.
And we're down to the, consider the 18-19 Certified Evaluation Plan.
That is, after the last time that I brought it to you, we had to resubmit it to the State Department. The State Department suggested changes. We met again as a committee and made those changes, so bring it back to you all to approve the changes that we did.
The changes are in red.
Yes. The number on that is 41. That's a misprint.
It's 41, okay. Any questions on the Certified Evaluation Plan? If not, we'll move down to the consideration for a college coach position at the high school.
This is, we utilized this last year, so this is just going through the same steps again. It's also redistricted.
I believe it was very beneficial, wasn't it, from
Absolutely.
comments that I had heard?
Absolutely. We can always get someone as great as the one we had, so that would be fantastic.
Ms. Bunce, was this a 3-year agreement that we entered into with them?
Yes,
I think?
yes.
How can I see how it's beneficial? Ms. Wells mentions that it was very beneficial. How can I see that? Like, what should I be looking for?
We had close to $2 million worth of scholarships, students who were also able to come in and get some one-on-one help with scholarship applications. All the FAFSA nights that between us and Muhlenberg Achieves, as well as our coach, helped out with that. That's just the top 3 off the top of my head.
Thank you.
And then we'll go on down to the consideration of adding the trap shooting sports team at the high school. Ms. Dykes?
Yes, I believe Mr. Hope came before the board before, and he did meet with Mr. Hancock and I. He's coming before, prior to coming to in front of the board. Mr. Hancock and I are both on board. We just asked that the board consider paying all the membership fee, where they'll be doing that again, just to reaffirm to the board that we're pretty sure no arms will be on school grounds, things of that nature. All of this would occur outside of that. And there are other districts who have this type of team as well.
And that's males and females together.
That's correct. It'll be open.
Team.
So now, who will be the coach? Not necessarily like a person, but are they like a parent? I know I'm familiar with archery, and I will tell you that at Greenville Elementary, we were not following Red Book rules. So my question to Mr. Hope was, would we follow Red Book rules? It was a huge transition at Greenville to get into the Red Book way of how we were to be handling things. So my concern is, will the person be trained, Red Book trained, and not Mr. Whitmer, I guess he's the one that has the place, but anyone handling fundraising, things like that?
Well, I will say Mr. Hope is our archery coach, and he abides by everything that we do at the high school. So yes, those same guidelines. We meet with all the, Mr. Hancock and I meet with all the coaches in July. We go over everything, as well as our financial secretary comes in to meet with him too.
I will tell you that it was not taking place at Greenville Elementary. I'm just saying, as a parent,
And I'm just
I
saying
was
that the high school is taking-
but Mr. Hope was over a lot of it throughout the whole entire district. And I'm just saying, some of the schools might have been doing different things. So as we move forward and start something new, whether it's Mr. Hope or not, we have to get other folks Red Book trained. Is this correct?
Well, and I would like to remind the board, this is only at the high school level, so I don't know who the coach will be, because we do have to go through the posting process and take applications and interviews and things of that nature. So I will tell you, just as I've already shared, we meet with all the coaches, all the assistant coaches, and we tell them what it is that they have to follow by at the high school, which is what all I can control.
And that includes Red Book training?
Everything is included within that with our financial secretary. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Is there anything else? We'll move on down to the amendment of the salary schedule, and this is regarding the stipend for the trap coach.
This would be $1,000 stipend for that trap coach. It's just one coach,
Just one person gets the stipend,
one person.
and that's for the entire year?
That's correct.
Is there any questions? Move down to the consideration for creation of daycare at Muhlenberg South Elementary School. Mr. Wells?
We are ready to move forward. The board's approval of that. And on have approval to start posting positions. We have done pre-registration. As of right now, we have 11 that are all-day students pre-registered. We have 12 that are in our play school / wraparound, and 8 that are in our after-school portion. We have the funding with that pre-registration to the 3 different scenarios given to you. The one on the last page, we need a director and a couple of full-time employees. Seems about all. Do you have any more questions?
I think our enrollment will go up as we get closer to school. There's some people that haven't enrolled because they're afraid it's not gonna happen. So with pre-enrollment numbers, I feel very, very good about it.
Same thing happens in Central City every year.
Yeah.
We start with 6 and 8 and it goes high double digits by the time it starts. Yeah, I see that.
What were the pre-enrollment numbers again?
There are 11 for all-day childcare, 12 for the play school only component, it's coming 3 hours for school. And then we have 8 pre-enrolled for after-school childcare, and we did not require them or ask them to pre-enroll. Those are just people that said, I want to show you that I need my kids to be in after-school childcare, so that when we made the presentation to you all, we can tell you that we do have 8 already.
Chairman, regular board members, I'd just like to say I commend them on doing a lot of legwork to make this happen, and this is really at no financial gain to either of these two folks. It's going to be just more trouble, but it's a really good thing for the community, and this is the kind of thing we're reaching out. We always ask for things from the community, and this is one of the things where I think we're giving back. So I'm appreciative of all the work they've done
It's obvious.
getting to
It
this
was
point.
a lot of work.
That's what the
Thank you all.
committee do when we take that pull down with negative numbers many times over the years. Just to keep the community happy and not calling it off.
Right.
You know.
Sounds good. Any further questions regarding the daycare? Of course, the next one kind of goes along, creating the daycare positions for South Elementary to accommodate for the program.
What we have on that is kind of an up to 1 director's position and then up to 3 assistants depending on it. So it's just contingent on what is needed at the time when this is needed.
And the concern here is, just to be totally upfront and honest about everything, is that if you bring somebody on after that 4th year, then, there's some tenure issues there. And if, let's just say we have trouble in the 5th or 6th year. So we're going to really be evaluating this program yearly to make sure it's sustainable. Certainly I wouldn't necessarily say after the 1st year, you say, but after a couple of years, really sit down and look, are we good to go for the foreseeable future?
All right, any further questions? We'll go on down to the consideration student resource officer agreement with the city of Greenville.
Thank you. I've been in contact with the city attorney, Carrie Davis, and basically took what we have in place with Central City and tweaked it to fit Greenville, basically. This is an excellent deal for us. It's splitting the cost of that SRO with the city. So any times that they're not in school, then they'll go back to working with them during the summer months.
Any questions?
So now what will be the cost to the district?
It's going to range anywhere from $27,050 to $30,000. They estimate between $55,000 and $60,000 overall salary, so we'll be splitting that cost.
Including benefits.
So what's the salary range again? 60?
55 to 60,000. And that's including taxes and benefits and those sorts of various items. And any grants that we get, like we do for Central City, I don't know what those will look like this year. I don't know, but that'll offset our expenses.
And then where will this person be placed?
That's yet to be determined. What we would like to do is have one primarily stationed at east, one at west, one at north middle, one at south middle. And what we're thinking of, the one at south middle would also try to get into the feeder schools. The one at north middle would also try to get into the feeder schools. So ideally, we have primarily one at each middle and high school campus, and then working in elementaries as well. As we have it now, we have one person doing both middles and all the elementaries. So, we think this is a great opportunity for us.
So now, overall, how many school resource officers do we have in our district before adding this one?
This will be our fourth one, 3 before this one.
So this makes our fourth.
Yes, ma'am. We've had one at East all day, one at West all day, and then the other one is throughout all the other schools. Ideally, we'd love to have one at each middle and one for all the elementaries, but we're not there yet. But this is a step in that direction. Because what you want is you want them to be integrated into the school. You want the kids to know them, the kids to be comfortable, and I'll say this, our folks here are good at that, is the kids know them. And because they're in those schools every day, it's a little tough when you've got both middles and 5 elementaries to know all the kids, This will make that better.
Is there any other questions? We'll move down to consideration of amending the superintendent contract. And we'll just test that.
Thank you.
There's a breakdown.
Okay, there is a breakdown on that amendment. This amendment has been run through the lawyer on previous occasions, and it's still it's in agreement with everything that is written in the past. It's solid. It's fair.
So now what are the number breakdowns? Because here it just says the 120. It doesn't give a breakdown. It says base pay per salary schedule, extended days per salary schedule, and then stipend. And it gives the total of 120. So there is a breakdown somewhere?
His base pay will be his rank 1 salary, which I believe offhand was about $53,000 or so, with his number of years experience. Then there was an additional $17,000 to $18,000 in extended days, and then the $46,000 is what the stipend would have to be, basically the gap filler. This is how every superintendent in the state of Kentucky is paid, because they're all teachers first. So they're just, they move to administrative level. So they still get paid their teacher salary, they get paid the extended day salary, and then they get paid that gap.
Any more questions on that?
All right, and then we'll go down to, and that just kind of goes off what Eric was saying, on the amend the salary schedule to reflect the stipend change, extra service for the superintendent contract adjustment.
trap shooting coach be part of that amendment too?
No, there have to be two separate because they have to be two separate amendments because you have to approve the one and then approve the other.
Okay, so we're down to the board consent agenda items.
He's not on here, the prep. He's
Correct.
not on there.
Correct, because they're two separate agenda items. So if you didn't approve one, I built the salary schedule how it would look either or. So that's all that is. So I mean, should the one, should they both get approved, the new extra service schedule will have both of them listed.
Is there anything on the consent agenda? Leave of absence. There is one on here to authorize the district to file substitute teacher emergency forms for the 18-19 year facilities use fundraising and field trips.
That's just standard.
Standard we do every year.
We have to follow those.
And if there's no questions, we will on Thursday enter into closed session to discuss personnel. Then we'll exit closed session and then we'll come out and review the superintendent's annual evaluation. We did a mid-year eval, so we're gonna take that and then we'll go back over and do a summative, so we might be in there a while. Yeah, we got a lot to talk about. I think the mid-year will help in the time frame though, so, anyway, I need a motion to adjourn if there's no further questions. Motion by Mr. Johar. Second by Ms. Wells. All in favor, adjourn and say aye. Aye. All opposed? I hear none.